Welcome back to Practical AutoCAD and Inventor. Are you ready to master Paperspace in AutoCAD? Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your drafting skills, you're in the right place. In this video, I will break down Paperspace step by step, covering everything from creating geometry to setting up layouts, managing viewports, scaling drawings, and creating professional-looking sheets. We will look at how to transition from Modelspace to Paperspace, tips for setting up viewports and title blocks, best practices for scaling and plotting, and a few time-saving tricks to streamline your workflow. Let's get started. When working in AutoCAD, there are two environments. There's Modelspace, where you're going to create all of your geometry, your lines, arcs, circles, placing your blocks, all that kind of stuff. And then there's Paperspace, where you compose your drawing. So your first step is to create your geometry or your drawing in AutoCAD in Modelspace. And again, this is where you're going to place all of your geometry, all of the blocks, all of the geometry, all the lines, circles, arcs, all that kind of stuff, but not any text, not any borders, not any stuff like that, just the geometry itself. Now, a couple things. Anytime you create your geometry in AutoCAD, you always draw full size. It doesn't matter if you're creating a microchip, which might be very small, or the manufacturing for the microchip, which might be very large. You always draw at actual size, and any scaling takes place in Paperspace. The whole purpose of Paperspace is to give you an environment where you can lay out your drawing and know exactly what you're going to get, or what you see is what you get. So as you can see here in this drawing, I've got some geometry in place, and it's of a simple layout of maybe what a retail block would look like in a downtown city. There's a couple buildings, there's some landscaping, there's some parking lots around the edges and all that kind of stuff. And all of this geometry is drawn actual size. So the overall dimensions of this block are several hundred feet long, in each direction. And of course, that would never fit on a regular size piece of paper, but to make things easy, you always draw your geometry actual size. So that's where you begin. Now, when it's time to move to Paperspace, there's a few steps that you want to do. So first of all, let's look at the tabs down here at the bottom of the page. If I come down here, you'll see that right now I'm in Modelspace, okay, because the Modelspace tab is active. And it also tells me here on the status bar that I'm in Modelspace. Now, the first thing that I'll want to do is click on Layout 1 or whichever layout that I want, and it will move me to Paperspace. Now, the way AutoCAD is set up out of the box is anytime you go to Paperspace for the very first time, it's going to create a rectangle called a viewport, and that viewport is like a window that allows you to see into Modelspace. So this dark part here is my paper, and in this case it's just an 8.5 by 11 letter size sheet of paper. But then this rectangle is a viewport that allows me to see what's in Modelspace. And when I move to that viewport, it's going to automatically create when I move to Paperspace, it's automatically going to create that viewport for me. The problem with this viewport is it's probably on the wrong layer. And if you look up here at the top, you can see that my viewport was actually created on my notes layer, which is not correct. And it's not the right size, and it's not anything else that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one right off the bat. And then what I can do is I can create my new viewport, whatever size it happens to be. Now, if you already have a border and title strip like I do in this drawing, what you'll want to do is come in here and create your own viewport. Now, this is just another size sheet of paper. In this case, it's a B size sheet, 17 by 11. I have a very simple architectural border and title strip that I've put in here. And it's a little bit more appropriate for this type of drawing. If you want to see on how to do that, I've got a couple videos that I'll be posting on how to create architectural and mechanical borders and title strips and that kind of stuff. But the first thing that I want to do is I want to change my layer to the layer that's appropriate for my viewports. So I have this layer right here called A Ano Viewport. I'm going to make that active. Now, one other thing about these layers, when you have that viewport layer, one of the things that you want to do with that layer is to make it a no plot layer. So here's my viewport layer, and you can see on this column right here, my little printer has like the Ghostbusters sign on it, which makes that layer a no plot layer. I don't want to see the viewport. Usually I just kind of want it floating there, and so it just looks like my geometry kind of floats in midair. You don't want frames around all your viewports, especially if you have several viewports on a page. It can get kind of cluttered. So one way to keep those from plotting is to turn that layer, like I said, to a no plot layer. Now, in order to create this viewport, I'm just going to use the make view command. It's just MV at the command line, press enter. And there are several different types of viewports I can create, but I'm just going to create a rectangular viewport starting at 0, 0, and I'm going to make it, I'm just going to guess, and I'm going to make it about, let's see, what is that? That size right there. And you can see what happens is this rectangle is a viewport, again, that's allowing me to see all of my geometry in Modelspace. Now, what it does is it will display all of the geometry in Modelspace at the largest scale possible. And sometimes that's going to work for you, but most of the time it's probably not. Now, in order to check what scale that is, I can either select the viewport or I can double click into the viewport, and then I can look down here on my status bar, and you'll see that this is the scale of the viewport, and it's not anything that really makes any sense. So at this point, I could simply click on there, and I could change it to whatever scale I want it to be. So for example, if I was looking for something architectural, I could say like 1/8 of an inch is equal to a foot, and then it would zoom so that everything in that scale or in that viewport is 1/8 of an inch is equal to a foot, which is obviously too large for my viewport. So I could come in here again and I could change it. And how about if I choose something like 1/16 of an inch is equal to a foot? Probably still a little bit too large. So again, I could come in here and change it one more time to 1/32 of an inch is equal to a foot. Now it all fits. It's something that, you know, you could lay down and put a scale on if you wanted to get an idea of how big something is. Another option is to create custom scales, which again, I have another video for. So I've created this custom scale, 1 inch is equal to 30 feet, so that it's there, or you could do 1 inch is equal to 20 feet, you know, which is that one there. So whatever happens to work out for you, that's what you can do. Now it's very important, once you get your geometry in the viewport exactly where you want it to be displayed on the screen, it's very important to come down here onto your status bar and click on that lock icon, because now your viewport is locked and it won't allow me to pan or scale that viewport. If I pan or scale, it simply moves the whole page around. Once you've got your geometry displayed in Paperspace the way you want it to be, you're going to click out of Paperspace out of Modelspace and back into Paperspace. Okay, so if I was in Modelspace like I am now, you want to click back into Paperspace, because Paperspace is where all of your dimensions, text, notes, geometry, you know, all that kind of stuff goes on, all your dimensions. Again, so if I double click into the model, I'm in Paperspace, but I'm active in Modelspace. I do not want to put any dimensions, any text, anything in that environment. So I want to double click, click, right here, back in Paperspace. You'll see back down here on the command line or on the status bar that it says I'm in Paperspace. And now I can come in and I can add dimensions. So if I wanted to dimension, say, the overall length of this building, for example, I could come in here to annotate. Of course, I want to make sure that I'm on my dimensions layer, perhaps. And I could say, okay, I need a linear dimension that, say, goes from, I'll pick this dimension here from there to there, and I can put it there. And I see that that dimension is 42 feet long. What it's doing is it's looking at the geometry in Modelspace, and it's telling you that dimension. But this dimension exists in Paperspace. If I were to switch back to Modelspace, you'll see that the dimension isn't here. Okay, it's only here in Paperspace. So That's where it's going to go. So things that go in Modelspace, is all your geometry, your lines, your circles, your arcs, your center lines, your hatches, any blocks, all that kind of stuff. That all goes in Modelspace. Then when you switch to Paperspace, the things that you're going to be putting here, text, dimensions, legends, all that kind of stuff that you can put in there, and you can see, again, what you see is what you get. So I can come in and put all my dimensions, my text, and so on in here. The last thing, of course, that you'll want to do is you will want to plot your drawing. And in this case, I'm plotting to a PDF. You'll see here that I have the PDF writer as my suspected plotter. And when I choose preview, you'll see again, what I see is what I get. Because I have that viewports set as a no plot layer, it doesn't show up, okay? But my geometry here is shown exactly the right size at that scale, in which case I didn't update my title block, but it would be 1 inch is equal to 20 feet, and my dimensions and my text and everything are here. So very simple to work in Paperspace, just a few little things that you want to do to make sure. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, put them in the comments section down below.